Alright squad, time to talk some football. Time to be men. Now I'm posting this video last second before the playoffs begin because I had to do a lot of deep thinking, okay? But I'm ready, okay? Prepared to give you all my wildcard weekend predictions for the playoffs. So here's how we're gonna do this. I'll break down each game in chronological order. By the time many of you will see this, at least the Saturday games will have been played. If I'm wrong, many of you will be at my neck calling me an L YouTuber, but that's okay. This is the job that I signed up for, and at least I tried my best, alright? So give a brother some credit here. And don't get it twisted. I have all these games being interesting, except for two, which I'm pretty sure will be blowouts. Super excited, pumped for this. As a man like me who's worked hard all week, I will sleep all the way through the morning and wake up 30 minutes right before the first game. With that being said, starting Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, the Seattle Seahawks will visit the red hot 49ers for what will be an intense rivalry game for a chance to move into the divisional round. Both teams play very hard, and although I'm seeing a lot of football fans calling this a blowout in favor of the 49ers, I kind of disagree. Now, I'm not crazy enough to pick against the Bang Bang Niner gang, but I do think Seattle can make this a pretty interesting game. The last time they played, it was well within one score, and Geno Smith has been looking promising with the Seahawks team. The keys for them to possibly pull off an upset is definitely their defense. Brock Purdy is only a rookie. While he's had massive success so far, this is his very first playoff game. Being at home in San Francisco with those types of fans, I would imagine it can be very overwhelming, and the atmosphere. Seattle will have to rattle them enough to keep the score low going into the fourth quarter. Until then, I have the 49ers winning this game 27 or maybe 30-17. Next up, later on in the night, we have the Los Angeles Chargers on the road against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I cannot front squad, this might be an absolute shootout. The game already has the highest over-under spreads of all matches online. You'll have two teams with young quarterbacks who are superstars in the making in Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence. Not to mention, this will be both of their first playoff experience, so I really don't know what to expect. It can go either way. If you put a gun to my head, I would say the Chargers can squeeze out the win, but it's important that their receiving core show up in this game. Keenan Allen is a stud, and Herbert will be looking for him on crucial third downs. I know the Jaguars did destroy the Chargers this season, but that was way back in week 3 and not all the players were healthy. Not to give an excuse, this can go either way, but I feel like it's time for Justin Herbert to really take that next step in his game and showcase that he can win on a big stage. Chargers win 37-34. On Sunday at 1 p.m. we have the Miami Dolphins visiting the Buffalo Bills, another divisional rivalry meeting in the playoffs. But unfortunately, for all the success that the Fins had this season, that will all end here. This is also one of the blowout games that I've chosen and I'm feeling pretty confident in. Just everything surrounding the Bills after the incident with Hamlin, and with the team and sports world rallying around them. There's just too much momentum behind the Bills, and they just might steamroll the Fins. Plus, the quarterback Tua is still out due to his concussion injury. I don't see the Dolphins offense being able to match points in order to keep it close at all. Bills win with a score of 40-20. Next up, we have my New York Giants going on the road to face the Minnesota Vikings. Yes, I know the Giants have been through an up and down season, but hey, shit happens, alright? Like, what am I supposed to say? We are here though, so it's fair game. Last time the two teams played, the Vikings got bailed out in a win, which was supposed to be to my Giants. And also, the scouting report is out, squad. They rely heavily on their receiving game. So that in and of itself tells me that the Giants have a strong chance to pull the upset off. Just find a defensive plan to keep Jefferson in check. Look, it's possible though, that's all I'm saying. I know he's been balling out of control, but I believe that style makes them a little bit more predictable. We'll need a huge game from both Danny Dimes and Saquon in this. Fuck it, Giants win 27-24. I'm sleep. I already talked a little bit about the Ravens-Bengals game last video, so there's not really much to go over. Lamar Jackson ain't playing, so any hopes that you Ravens fans had in this one, it's unfortunately over and you're gonna have to throw that in the trash. I'm sorry, I feel your pain though. The defense is phenomenal and I can see them making it interesting in like the first half maybe, But once the Bengals get into a rhythm, it's going to be very hard for the Ravens to match them on the scoreboard. Not to mention a pathetic receiving offense outside of Mark Andrews. Yeah, I can see this being possibly another blowout. I'll be nice though. I'll say Bengals win 30-13. Now for the last game on Monday night and on MLK Day, we have the Dallas Cowboys at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. America's team versus the greatest player in the history of the league. I'll make sure to have my popcorn ready with extra butter for this one. The predictions have been swaying all across social media for this game, and as of now, Vegas puts the Cowboys at a 2.5 point favorites, which I agree with. This is definitely going to be close. Cowboys are the better team, but there are two reasons why the Bucs may still have a chance to win. One, because of Tom Brady. If he plays lights out along with that offense and it catches them off guard, that can certainly happen, but not as much as the other reason, which is that it's the Dallas Cowboys squad. This team, I don't know what it is about them, but only them. They can have a great season where for some reason I won't even be surprised if they lose in the wild card. Usually when it comes to analyzing this team and what goes wrong with them, I'll defer to Stephen A. Smith in that they just inevitably will step on their own foot at the most inopportune time. We've seen this plenty of times over the years, but who knows? Maybe the Cowboys' curse will end this season and they can finally break through. The Bucs have already beaten them back in week 1. I'd assume Tom Brady knows what is coming for him in Micah Parsons in that defense. We'll see. I have the Cowboys winning 31-28. Alright, so there you have it, squad. My picks for this wildcard weekend's games. Let me know how do you feel about my picks down in the comments below. Thank you for supporting the channel, and make sure to join our community by hitting the subscribe button right now. I'll see you next time.